Welcome back to Uruk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 5, Warriors of the Faith. And we are the Enkidu of Uruk, and we are worshipping Ursula. Praise her. It is now fall in the year 3 of the Ascension Wars, almost winter. We're almost turning into year 4. And let's see what's going on. We researched Conjuration, which is great. Fanglewolf hasn't found anything. Karn has found a plague water stream in Ginninith Mercs. Ursula cast Tradewind on our second coastal city. Casual Dread found nothing in Sinextro. Anaptishim found nothing in Livenmark. Mardum is summoning Kusarikus to guard our commanders. Versal found a mirror lake in Jome. And Druce Gildas unfortunately didn't find anything in Jome. Alright, so we are attacking down in Silbermark. This is not the largest force, but we do have a lot of backup. We have Gillian and White Druid, both of which are experienced air mages. We also have Gilgamesh II of Stonegrave. Wow, that Royal Guard is not doing great, huh? And then we also, of course, have Arctic Green and Lord Death. Now, Lord Death, I have him completely set up. Oh, that's cool how it shows the 2 gems that you get for the cornucopia. I have him completely set up to cast Mass Protection, which we should see in just a moment. So let's watch. Okay, the Divine Blessing is kind of useless because we don't have any sacred... Well, our commanders, I guess, are sacred. Alright, Lord Death cast Wooden Warriors. That was not what Lord Death was supposed to do. But you know what? I don't really care. Battle's over. We won. Didn't lose anything. Lake Vastness. They are trying to take back the foothold that we have so precariously earned. Unfortunately for them, we have the Wave Breaker, which means the currents are aiding us in our endeavors. So even though we only have some Tritons and a couple Kalulus, that should be enough. Oh, you know what? Aha. Okay. So the Kalulus aren't too impressive. They have armed and armored versions that are better, but whatever. I'll take whatever I can get. I wonder how they compare to a regular Triton. So they have more hit points, obviously, because they're size 3. 4 protection versus 0 protection, so that's better anyway. Ton more hit points. Oh, he's hurt, though. Okay. Tritons are 10 across the board. We are 15, 10, so we have a little bit less defense than the Tritons, but a bit more strength, a lot more strength actually. The same attack and precision. Combat speed 20, so they're a little faster than we are too. But other than that, we're pretty much the same. Magic resistance 12. We have a little bit more magic resistance too, a little bit more morale. Or not we, but the Kalulus, who are, I guess, underwater Enkidu. Although it's funny because, unlike, say, a mer person, their tail is not very merish. It almost looks like a fish. Like, they're a lot odder looking than the merfolk. We did win the battle. We killed everything. Our NC managed to take out 2 all by himself. I suppose that was through using Frozen Heart. Can't imagine what else would do it, since the NC didn't get up front into battle. Alright, good. Alright, unexpected event in Erd. More men are needed to find the Warlock. No worries, we have more men on the way. Now here's something funny. Aga was just hanging out. She wasn't even supposed to be there, but yet she managed to foresee a great disaster and proper measures were taken to halt the unfortunate chain of events. This is why I have Eristingers in all of my forts. Although Aga is better than an Eristinger, she is a Entu, and she just saved us a lot of trouble. Assad have our Palisades finally. So here's what's going on, essentially. Doremi, she is moving up to Simri. Why is she doing that? Well, because she wants a Enkidu warrior bodyguard, of which I am going to create one for her. I'm happy to do what I can do for my named viewers, as long as it's within reason, doesn't, like, ruin the campaign. Also, in Lake Vastness, I'm holding tight, but I'm moving Unapishtim II along with a bunch of people because he has the goblet in there. Also, Lautaro has a Shambler skin cloak, and he's going in there. Lautaro is going to build a fortress. That's the purpose of Lautaro. And Unapishtim could potentially build a temple as well. Phobos could go under the sea, and maybe he will in a little bit, but I'm going to wait till we have a lab there so that he can start building stuff right away. Meanwhile, Aga and team are heading to Assad. That's going to be their home base for right now. I need to build another one of the air stingers as well as the healers. Why did I forget their names? The Ashapus. But we're not going to do that just yet because we're getting more Sorcerers of the Sands. Karn is continuing to dark knowledge. He did find the Plague Water Stream, which spreads deadly diseases, so it's a good idea that we didn't build a fortress here, I guess. And Calrander is joining up with Corvus for magic support. We're leaving BPR here because he's forging the Helmet of Heroes. He's one of the few people we have that can forge the helmet because it requires fire and earth, and it's such a great helmet. And Karn, since he's our only death guy, is going to be... I gave him the magic crystal ball that allows him to cast his spells one province further. That way he can cover pretty much all our territory. Although I'm still commanding him personally, we're searching Livenmark. Since it was an undead haven, I figure there might be some death sites here. At least I'm thinking there might be. So Purple Lit is coming over here to Erd to do some searching. Fulgrim and Draca... Well, Draca's staying too, but Fulgrim is going to move down to Murius. So between Purple Lit and Draca, hopefully we should be able to find out whoever this warlock is here. And now that we have some fire searchers, I want to continue, although I've searched a lot of these places with fire already. But who is it? Fango Wolf is just doing his thing. He'll eventually find whatever needs to be found. Knights is just researching. I don't really need any other feathers. But you know what? I should probably set my future goals here. So we're getting Conjuration 8, I believe, so that we can summon our main dude. That is the Apkalu. And we could also do a Tarask down the line. Enchanted Forest would be kind of fun, too. So we could go to level 9 on that. That's not a big deal. Evocation. Anything useful for us here? Stream of Life is a weird spell. It's an attack spell, but it could potentially heal your enemies, so I never use it. Otherwise, it gives us the ability to cast Mind Hunt, and that's about Cleansing Water. Yeah, it's about not too much good stuff for us here. Flame Eruption, I guess, for any of our Sorcerers of the Sands who have 2 fire, but you have to get close to use it, so I might not be interested in that. Moving along, Ice Strike is pretty decent, I guess. Rain of Stone's a great spell, but none of our guys can really cast it easily. Storm of Thorns is good. Astral Tempest. No. Yeah, every unit that is not... That would hurt us just as much as it would hurt our enemies. Chain Lightning's kind of fun at level 9. And... I guess... I mean, under certain circumstances, we can cast Meteor Shower if we have a lot of boosters, but since it kills everything, I don't necessarily know if that's a great idea. But we might take this one up to Storm of Thorns at least, level 7. Alteration. We've got really what we need with Mass Protection, but let's see what else we get. Quickening, I guess, was alright. It requires a gem, but it will speed up numerous of your forces. The one thing I don't like about it, though, is those forces all of a sudden get in front of everybody else. So you're not presenting a unified front. Liquefy is an interesting spell, but none of our guys can cast it easily. Ground, I mean, see, we're okay in Earth, but not great. Like, 2, I think is about as good as we can do. Maybe 3 with the Sorcerers of the Sands. 4 is pushing it. I mean, with the Earth Boots, a Sorcerer of the Sands, and Summon Earth Power, we could do this. But all it does is make your entire army resistant to lightning and thunder. Polymorph, lightning, Army of Rats. The entire enemy army takes on the aspect of the rat and becomes small and nervous. They get more defense, but they... Well, okay, I mean, this is something maybe Ursula could cast if she's super bored and it's late in the game and we want to get her involved in battle. But really, I don't need any of these things right away. Construction to level 8 might be okay to get artifacts. Thaumaturgy, anything I need there. Beckoning's kind of cool. I don't know if it only works... Oh, it only works in 4 provinces range. So, less cool. Enslave Mind? I mean, this is a fine spell and all, but it's just... A Mosh-Mashu will have to spend all battle just maybe enslaving 4 people. And it could just be their basic infantry, so I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. Vortex of Returning we could theoretically cast. But I don't know why we'd ever want to do that. Divine Name is kind of like Gift of Reason. Only it just basically turns something into a commander. I guess Divine Name can only work, though, on a mindless unit. Whereas Gift of Reason works on anything. So that's kind of useless here, actually. There's very few actual mindless beings. And some are already commanders, like golems. Interesting. Charm, again, not so useful. It only gives you 1 person. It's so funny that you have to wait all the way to level 7 to get it. I mean, I guess where this is supposed to be used is in multiplayer if someone's attacking you with thugs or super combatants. Then potentially you would just script this in repeat and hope that you grab that super combatant. Although it'd be pretty hard to do because most multiplayer super combatants or thugs have some kind of magical protection. The Worm That Walks I actually kind of want to do. So we might want to take this one down here just to get Ursula. It's just a cool commander. It's a commander that... yeah, so it's a nature mage who is a bunch of bugs and worms. Essentially, which is kind of cool. Beast Mastery, again, so situational. Like, when are you going to see an army that's mostly animals? It's hard to say. I mean, this is probably, again, more useful in multiplayer, when you might have someone like Pangaea, or even Uruk, who has high nature and summons a bunch of animals. So this one up to Worm That Walks will be fine too, level 8. And then at that point, do we look at enchantment? Forest Dome, I guess, would be okay. This is kind of neat. It reduces the fatigue of all friendly units on the battlefield. A shaman would have to work pretty hard to cast it because you need to have 5 nature, but the cornucopia would get you the spell. So a shaman would need to have a Thistle Mace, the Moonvine Bracelet, and Strength of Gaia. But it is possible. Opposition, again, situational if you're being attacked by a lot of mechanical beings. Any of these, well, not the undead ones, but Enliven Statues and Riches from Beneath are both fine, except they just cost a ton of gems. Water Ward, I guess. Tree Lord, definitely. And Gift of Health, definitely. So we're going to get that one to level 7. I don't know how I missed that. That should be like our highest priority, actually. What was I doing after this? Evocation to 7? And then Thaumaturgy to 7? Alright, that's fine for right now. Okay, anything else that I need to tell you guys about? I kitted up Tyrolean Half Soul with a Bow of War and the Ethereal Robe, and Tyrolean's going to be joining the party. I'm actually having Kiero, Illa, and Marquis, since they've been just sitting around doing nothing and they're bored. Since Vanarus moved all their troops away from here and Pythium can't get to me, I'm sending them out of White Forest to take Scythia. And then maybe we'll go up to Strongdale and put some pressure there too. Although I don't want Agartha to get behind me, which they can by attacking Yis and taking Spring Spires. Trip, I'm getting out of here. They're trying to upgrade this castle. That's another reason why I'm trying to get up there, but I don't think we'll make it in time. But also, it's got a well-organized Province Defense, so I'm moving him to Copper Canyon. I'm moving this whole group here, with the exception of Kim and Robstow, since we have way too much supply usage. So I'm moving everybody, because there's not going to be very many supplies here. We might still have some guys starving, so I do have Morgoth, Rooney, and Kiri coming in, and they're going to follow up. Then I also have Mago Norte coming down here. But again, we're going to have 3 NCs, but no support troops. So what we need is support troops. In fact, let's just do that. Captain Bill, you've been sitting around patiently for a while. Let's give you a Thistle Mace. I think we're building a cornucopia next turn. So do we have a lab anywhere? Nowhere that'll be helpful to you, unfortunately. So we're just going to wait to get your cornucopia, and then you're going to come down, and whatever army builds out of here, you're going to be part of that. And we have plenty of shamans, so I'm not going to get that going. Steiger? You know what, Steiger? I'm going to move you down, actually, because this front is doing pretty okay. Ursula's moving back home. Yeah, that's pretty much everything, folks. So let's end the turn. Okay. Let's see. Casual Dread. Didn't find anything, unfortunately. Karn did find a Labyrinth of Skulls. Karn is just winning. He is just hashtag winning, Karn. I like you, Karn. Fangolwolf hasn't found anything. Anapishtim didn't find anything. Okay. Here's our group. Hopefully they've been rested enough that they're... Oh, they're going to just destroy these poor people. So, yeah. Kiero managed to kill 2 more. Otherwise, our troops did most of the work. Actually, Illa, I don't think is set up to mass protect, but I'll take a look at that. Desert of Visions. Okay, so here we're going to have to worry about... Well, if we win the battle, we're going to have to worry about starvation. This is the first time, I think, in a battle that we've seen our buffalo. I feel confident using them now because I have mass protection. So it'll raise their protection up to, I think, 10, which is not amazing, but better than nothing. And they're berserking and tramples, so that's fun. And we also have a bunch of Mushushus, who they'll get a natural protection of 10 too, at least until the rider dies. And they have a fear effect, which is fun too. I've got Kahir Mar here doing a whole ton of etherealizing, so hopefully I can get some of these ethereal. Also, we have Lynch. Lynch is doing what our N2s normally do, which is Divine Blessing, to get all of our commanders and all of our Ursuline Guard, of which there are quite a few, ready to go. We do have some Kusarikus who are sacred too. They're just guarding commanders, though. Although, really, I mean, they're expensive, but if somehow we manage to get hundreds of Earth Gems and we're able to summon a ton of these guys, they would make pretty decent fighters as well with 34 hit points. They would need some kind of protection solution, but again, let's see what mass protection does, because it'll raise this to 10. Then we have Smith Masters here. Now, Smith Masters has a full set of bodyguards, because that's the only way I could think of to keep her alive once she runs out of arrows. And even then, I mean, it's not a given. I kind of hate that. I wish you could say, once you're out of arrows, stand still, or cast, or stay behind troops, or do something, but whatever. And then finally we have Druce Gildus, who also has the Cornucopia, so Druce is going to be doing our mass protection, and we'll see that hopefully here. Druce just cast Strength of Gaia. Oh, Versal's here too. Versal and J-Leet. They kind of get lost in the shuffle because they're ethereal. But there they are. Which actually... Oh, right, because they come with Glamour. So that's pretty solid. Alright. Alright, so... Actually, Druce doesn't... Druce... Oh, I guess I forgot to set Druce to cast Mass Protection. Or maybe Druce just decided... So sometimes your troops on their own can decide that they don't want to waste a gem. Which, in this case, is kind of silly because we have the Cornucopia. So we could cast it, you know, every single battle. Oh, here we go. We've got some rampaging, berserking buffalo. They must have been hit. Yeah, a little bit. We never did cast Mass Protection. So I'll have to figure that one out. Stellar Cascades by Lynch. What that does, it doesn't hurt anybody, but it greatly increases their fatigue. Let's hopefully not friendly fire any of our buffalo. I'd prefer we'd not do that, but of course that's what we're doing. I'm this close to just removing archers from our armies completely. So we lost one buffalo, probably due to friendly fire, and that is it. Our illusionists were the big winners here. 5 kills. Our Nin didn't do anything. Come on, Smith Masters, I expect more of you. You have a bow of war, I think. And I'll take a look at Druce, just to make sure why he's not doing what I want. Okay. Your men have found the secret abode of the Warlock in time to interrupt his sinister plans. Melbon the Blood Mage got Blood Magic +1 and Blood Magic +2. Astral Pearls. Resource +25, but population -80. And a Bad Harvest. Okay, it said we defeated him, but apparently he's still attacking us. So what do we got here? We have a level 3 Blood Mage, a bunch of Imps, and a bunch of Blood Slaves. I'm thinking we've got this one. But who knows? Okay, here come the Imps. Okay. We have enough people protecting our commanders that I'm not too worried about them. Oh, they're routed. I'm like, where did he go? He's dead. The Imps are dead. Our NC took out one. Good job. Must have been doing Frozen Heart. Desert of Visions has been breached, but yep, there you go. Desert of Visions are starving, even with all of the food items that we gave them. Kiero, finally become a hero. Valor, which is alright, I guess. And Marquis de Sade. Precision. Ooh, Precision. Might want to give him a bow. Alright, so let's take a look at what the damage is here. Okay, not too bad, actually. Not too bad. We're using 70 supplies, and there's only 63. So that means 7 of our troops are going to starve. And I could live with that. But I'm not going to have to, because Morgoth is going to move down. Although, I don't know who to give stuff to, because that guy has a food item. Lynch has a food item. Jay Leet even has a food item. I try not to give them to our mages, because, you know, the mages could die. But what else do I do here? Druce can't hold one. And Kahir has one. So that's where I'm at. I can give a second one to that guy, I guess. But okay, Morgoth, can you please give one of these to Kim? He's been around longer. Okay. Give the Robe of Shadows to Kiri. And the Thistle Mace, let's just have Kim hold on to it for right now until we get a Shaman. Actually, we're getting a Shaman, but he already has a Thistle Mace. Captain Bill, we're going to give the Thistle Mace back, but we are going to give you your Cornucopia. Alright. Alright, so Captain Bill is ready to go. He'll pick up the Thistle Mace from down here. So he's heading... Whoa, really? 1 turn? I wonder how he's doing that. Is he coming down like this? Can he go through forests? He doesn't have forest movement. He does have map move 18. I don't know, but somehow he's getting all the way here in 1 turn. Good job, Captain Bill. So Morgoth is going to go down with Rooney and Kiri. And that is going to... Well, he'll give that to somebody, but Rooney and Kiri, I just want to make sure they're standing in the right places. So they're protected by our archers. And they both got Frozen Heart spam set to go. We'll have one on each side. Alright. So we have Frozen Heart spam. We have Lightning Bolt spam. We have Body Ethereal spam. Alright, Druce. Yeah, there you go. Mass protection. So essentially, the AI for Druce just decided on its own that it didn't want to do mass protection, that it wanted to do Wooden Warriors. which pisses me off. I get it if there's actual gems that could be lost, but when you're using a cornucopia, and so you have 2 gems every battle anyway, I would much appreciate it, Druce, if you do what I say. Because that could have saved us a buffalo. You know, now we have 9 buffalo instead of 10. So I'd rather, as the player, I'd rather make that decision. Okay. Okay, so they're just sending knight commanders just by themselves? That doesn't appear intelligent to me, but whatever. We're actually hurting a little bit on money, even with the trade wind. Alright, let's go up to Strongdale. Although, again, Agartha... Well, the Agartha, apparently we don't border it. I was going to say we border it and we don't see any troops, but we don't actually border it. So they can't get to Scythia. They can only get to Strongdale, Copper Canyons, or Spring Spires. White Forest is now undefended, except for Province Defense, which is our throne. So I don't necessarily know if that's the best idea. Let's start getting it somewhat protected. There, that's pretty good. And next, we'll produce a Erestinger. Might want to do that first, actually. Okay. Dwarf Comic, poor guy, we gotta give him some more troops. So let's get as many of those as we can. Okay. And yeah, we're pretty much out of money at this point. Before we even build anything. Like, we were supposed to be building a temple here. I might need to find some place where I can cut expenses a little bit. How much are these guys? 200 gold. And these ladies are 27. I mean, these guys are helpful, but that is a lot of money. That won't get us to our... temple, though. We weren't recruiting a person here. I guess we could slow down the recruitment of the cavalry for right. We're not recruiting anything in Murius. We just need money. We're just low on cash. Oh, right, Doremus, let's give you your... Alright, you now have your Enkidu warrior bodyguard. Let's get you back to Uruk where it's safe. I guess we could stop recruiting Sorcerers of the Sands after next turn until we can build up some more income. We are upgrading this walled city here. Alright, well... let's see. I guess we can take out Embracer anyway. While Lautaro just hides. I wish I could build a fort, but again, where's the money going to come from? I could just not recruit anything this turn. I mean, our armies are pretty solid. I'm always going to recruit our Ursuline Guard. I really should recruit a commander here too, like a Mashmashu or an Entu, but nah. Alright, we'll just get them. Alright. That will allow us to build a fortress, which is important. And now I need to find enough money somehow to buy or build a temple. I guess we'll wait till next turn for that. This Erd is pretty low on help here. Purple Lit and Draca. I'm deciding whether or not I want to... Oh, right, Alice. 3 months before that happens, too. Once this is done, I think I'm going to move against Tianqi and try to take Rusty Badlands. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're running out of time, so let's name some people. So here we have Ashtart. Ashtart is going to be Vanagander. Okay. Then here at home, we have Enil NM, who's finally, we have somebody who can do crystal items, so I'm really excited about that. And Enil is going to be Hudaya. All right. And Hudaya, I think we got some earth boots for you. We did. So now, if you look here, we can forge the stone sphere, which gives you astral window. We could forge the crystal coin, which gives you an astral magic bonus of 1. We can forge the slave matrix and the crystal matrix, which lets communions happen naturally without having to cast a spell. And we also cast the crystal heart, which is similar. It also gives you communion master, but also an extra life. So if you die, you come back. And I think those are all the... There's also the crystal shield. Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, it gives you an encumbrance, a pretty hefty encumbrance, which stinks, and it lowers your defense a lot. But if you have some way to mitigate the encumbrance, which we do with our blessing, but also boots or whatnot, it's great because it gives you +1 to every magic path. So say I give it to someone like Mago down here, right? So he'll get 2 water, 2 earth, and 2 nature. It wouldn't be as valuable for Kim, because he would just get a 4th nature and a 2nd water. But again, it's most useful the more variety of paths that a mage has, because it gets every path +1. So if you only have 1 path, it's fine. It will raise that path by 1, but so would, you know, for instance, for Mago, if I only wanted to raise his nature by 1, I can give him a Thistle Mace, right? So that's just a cool item that does a lot of things. And Draca would also benefit a lot from it. Obviously, our air guys wouldn't benefit much from it. If we're lucky and get an N2 with nature or earth, it would also benefit them as well. So yeah, cool. All right, more naming. Everyone here is named, I think. Yep. Okay, in Sinextro, we have no one. In Murius, we have no one. I guess I'm not doing a lot of recruiting. We already did Vanagander. Grafe. Our new air mage is going to be Maski. And just like everyone else, you are heading straight to the battlefield. Okay. That should be everyone, I guess. Yeah. Oh, Illa. Nope. Illa is not set to cast Wooden Warriors, or not Wooden Warriors, but Mass Protection. But she is now. Another good spell they can cast is Army of Giants, which turns 10 squares of people into even bigger giants than the Enkidu already are. The problem is, and this bothers me, but again, let's just add it to the pile. This only costs 1 gem, right? So you'd think the Cornucopia, which comes with 2 gems, would allow you to cast both of these things. But you would be wrong. So when you use the Cornucopia, it uses both gems. It uses 1 gem to cast the spell, and it uses the 2nd gem to get rid of the fatigue, because it does cost 100 fatigue. Now, I guess I got this wrong. I always used to think that the reason why the spell cost a gem in the first place was because of the high fatigue. But apparently not. It costs the gem plus generates the fatigue. Because I always thought, like, at least in previous Dominions games, if a spell costs like 3 gems, if you looked at the fatigue, it would say 300. If it cost 2 gems, it would say 200. And if it cost 1 gem, it would cost 100. So I put 2 and 2 together and said, oh, I get it. The gem must be to reduce the fatigue. But that's not the case. You need a gem in addition to the gem you need to cast the spell to reduce the fatigue. which makes the cornucopia not as useful, because you can only cast one spell as opposed to two. Another good one... Actually, we don't have it. But another usage for those gem gens, though, is if you get a Clam of Pearls for a Mashmashu, there's a cool spell. I guess even an Entu with the right spells can have it. Let's just go to an Apatis gem for a second here. It'd be easier than searching. Okay. And it is called Battle Fortune. Requires 1 pearl, and it gives an area 5 effect, Twist Fate, or Luck. Doesn't really say exactly, because it says changes the fates and then unnatural luck. So maybe, yeah, so it probably gives luck. But in addition to that, you have Doom, which is a great spell because it curses all of your enemies. Now, for example, that would have been great in the battle with Python, because once you're cursed forever. And I don't think you can resist it. Like, I don't think magic resistance negates. And when you're cursed, you are much more likely to take critical hits and take damage. So it's a great spell, Doom. So you'll be seeing us use a lot of that. Astral Healing. It heals all of your troops. So you'd want to wait till halfway through the battle to cast it. I guess you do hold Astral Healing. Anti-magic protects your entire army from magical spells, like the ones that require magic resistance checks, which this is much more useful against multiplayer, a human opponent. The AI very rarely uses, like, Mind Burn type spells. Where this is really good versus the AI is versus Rylai, or even Agartha, believe it or not. Not the one we're fighting right now, but Agartha has a unit called an Ulm that has the Mind Blast ability similar to Rylai, and this will protect your troops against that. So super useful there. All right, but I've taken a lot of time. Yeah, we have plenty of the dragons. We don't need any more right now. So I think I've named everyone. If I didn't, I'll catch them on the next episode, but I think we're good. I really do. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this presentation of The Return of Ursula. Have a good one.